Hello, everyone of the sign of Aquarius. I'm here to give you your message for March 2025. So before we start, I wanted to tell you of astrological events that are going to be affecting the entire collective. And that way, if when it starts happening, because it's going to start next week, you don't feel kind of crazy. All right. So first of all, we have on the 14th of March, a full moon in the sign of Virgo, but that's not all. We also have a lunar eclipse connected to the sign of Libra. So that is telling me that things will be revealed in your life that are affecting your career, that are affecting your physical well-being, like your health, and just the normal routine things of your life. And the energy of Libra is kind of showing you that during this chaotic time, what will you do to change this reality for your greatest good? Are you going to stand up? Are you going to be defensive? Are you going to move forward, or are you going to stay where you're at? The second thing is that on the 29th of March, there is a new moon in the sign of Aries. That also has eclipse, but it's a solar eclipse, again in the sign of Libra. Now, that energy is calling forth the, I want to say, tyrannical energies that are around us. It's kind of this energy where there has been corruption of the masculine energy. There has been too much dominance. There has been too much oligarchy, things like that. And your energy is kind of putting forth this energy of, I need to make a revolution. We will see it in many different things in different ways, because all of us in some way or another are leaders in our reality, because Aries is the sign of leadership. It's the sign of planet Earth, and literally it's kind of like how you're going to be sovereign within yourself, how you're going to have autonomy within yourself, how you're going to stand up to something that is trying to tell you to sit down and be quiet. Now, besides that, now I call that a portal that's happening with those two moons, because besides that, we have the Mercury retrograde that will be starting from the 14th to the 15th in the sign of Aries. And it will be in the sign of Aries until the 29th, where it then shifts to the sign of Pisces till the 6th. So what that's telling me is that Aries is being highly aspected during this time. We also have Venus retrograde. So Aries is really being called forth, and it's being called forth to create disturbances. It's kind of like making you take that seat of authority within yourself, within your home, within your workplace, within your community, within the world. And it's something where you're being told you can't just roll with the punches and agree with everyone around you, but you need to really put forth that strong effort to make a change. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to go week through week, and I have these in an oracle deck that I'm going to do, and then we'll see how those energies are going to affect you of the new moon, the full moon, and the retrograde. So starting off the first week, wow. So the first week we have the Queen of Swords in reverse, followed by the Hermit in reverse. There you go. And the 10 of Wands upright. That combination is heavy, okay? Because that's one of those combinations where you're not clear and you're not seeing the message that is written on the wall, because you're not sitting in your energy and going within and really listening to what your inner self is telling you. And that is going to cause a lot of hangups, a lot of disruption. How weird, a bug just appeared on my cards that I'm going to use. And a lot of heavy burdens within you. I feel like this is mental burdens, because the 10 of Wands can be a heavy load upon you. And then the Queen of Swords, and the disturbance is in your mind space. So I feel like a distorted way of thinking that is going to be causing you a lot of burdens, Aquarius. With it, let me pull out one of these oracle decks card. And then we have the card of keening, and this one says, hold on for just a moment in time. Acknowledge before releasing and liberating what needs to be freed. And if you see here, she's she's screaming out to the abyss of darkness. You know, it reminds me of those people that do those meditations and they go to the wilderness and they just scream, right? Keening is just like that. It's kind of feeling so overwhelmed that the only thing you want to do is scream and saying, F this and F that and F everybody. I can't stand it anymore. Blah, 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 blah. I don't understand why everything is going against me. I don't understand why the world is falling against me. What the hell is going on? And it's the beginning stages of you having to awaken. And so now, mind you, this is the first week. So when you guys see this, we're into the first week of, we'll be in the 5th day of the first week of August. So if you've already been feeling that energy of, I just want to scream, what the hell is going on? That is why. Okay, second week. Second week, we have the 3 of Pentacles. The second thing that comes out is the High Priestess. And the third thing that comes out is the Knight of Swords. This literally is telling me that you're going to start tending to your garden. So this is taking care of business, taking care of yourself, taking care of your health, taking care of your resources, taking care of all that stuff, because you're trying to make new connections, plant new seeds, and create a new reality for yourself. And you're starting to listen now. Second week, you're deciding, okay, I need to listen. I need to learn. I need to understand what is actually happening around me. And the Knight of Swords is like, and then he's taking the sword and he's removing it from his mouth. Usually you see the Knight of Swords running towards a problem. And instead, in this case, he's removing something from his throat. So it makes me feel like, and then the things that you've been holding back of saying, the truths that you have been holding back and saying, that is going to be revealed. So that is crazy, because it feels like the first week is kind of like a release thing where something just comes out of you. And then the second week is creating those connections with people, awakening your inner spirit, awakening your inner intuition, and then starting to reveal to yourself the truth, what is within you. Okay, that is crazy. And then we have Dark Days of Winter. Shut up. And then I must seek to befriend the hidden parts of myself, the darkness that embraces the whole of who I am. And this is shadow work. No wonder. This is shadow work. So this is talking about this energy where inside of you there was this hidden darkness. You've never shown it to anybody. You've never accepted it through anybody. You never validated with anybody, and you just swallowed it down and pretended it wasn't there. And now is it reminds me of Buddhism, where you're sitting with your inner demons to find out why it's there, and to find out how to heal that wound inside of yourself, and to befriend that darkness inside of yourself. I tell people all the time when they come to my office, if you're just butterflies and rainbows, you are not doing yourself a service. You're not activating the powers that are within you, because we need to be whole. And whole includes in accepting our light and our dark. That's the yin yang energy. Okay? I am going to start exploring the dark sections of my soul. Third week. Third week, we have the King of Wands. Do you see how he's pointing a direction? This is making a plan and choosing to move in a direction that is going to positively impact you. Then we have 2 cards that came out, which is the 8 of Wands in reverse and the 3 of Wands in reverse. So though you're making a plan, you can't move in that plan yet. Okay, there is no movement in the plan. It's just the plan coming together, like the ideas, the thought form of how we're going to make this happen. And the King of Wands for me is very good at making connections with people, places, things, and energies that can help us move forward. But because it's just the initial plan of everything. It's not like if you can say, oh, and things are moving and shaking quickly. This week number 3 is just planning, and there's a lot of wands. So I see a lot of fire within you. I actually feel it too, but I see it. And so keep in mind that you are going to have like a flame put in your butt where you're ready to make the changes that you need to move forward. Okay. Oh, wow, that card came out quick. We have, Angelica. Angelica root is very good for any kind of spiritual work. I would look into using Angelica root for somebody that might be in that energy of using root work. Now we have the bells have rung, chiming far and near, underneath feathers, wings, my dear. You have nothing to fear. And this is you being guided by your angelical team. Look at, I told you, this is your light version, this is your dark version, and this is you. This is the yin yang energy coming together. I'm saying this is your dark version because look at the fox is there and you're underneath it. So it's kind of like an acceptance of your dark, of your light, of your yin yang, of the movement that you have to do going forward, and then the expansion of that help to move you in that direction that you're supposed to be in. This is a very awakening month for you, Aquarius, where you are like, hear me roar. I'm not going to go quietly in the night. I'm going to accept the facts and the parts inside of me that are darker, that are stronger, and that I'm going to make the changes with. Okay? Fourth week. The first thing we have is the Six of Wands in reverse. We also have the Devil in reverse. And the Nine of Wands in reverse. I'm loving this because, when I saw the Six of Wands in reverse, I'm like, near, like not a celebration, not a victory, blah, 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 whole mess of stuff. But what I'm seeing is that there's no celebration or victory to something that has been having you bound, that has been having you limited in your mind and thinking very negatively and falling into addictions and falling into like ways of thinking and being that are not for your greatest good. That is the fall of this negative energy. That is the fall of these restrictions, of these ties, of these chains that have been holding you up to now. This is amazing. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, then we have the card of Winter Basin, which is a broom, okay? It says, sweep away ill intent while creating boundaries, weaved with protection. A witch respects passages of safety. Literally, it's talking about pushing away this negative energy, and now like you are free to move about the cabin. You are free to move forward in a direction that is going to be for your greatest good and for your divine purpose. I feel like you have not known, because the first cards is the Queen of Swords in reverse and the Hermit card in reverse. I think you probably thought that you were spiritual, or that you were connecting to your spiritual team. And I think you were just connecting to something distorted, connected to a shadow aspect, a wound that was distorting the way that you were seeing the world. And then here on week number, like it's like realizing it first week, studying it and learning how to unblock yourself third week, fourth week connecting to the people to make it happen, and fifth week getting rid of this energy. I love it. Or whatever, I just said 5 weeks when not, but everything I say is, if it's a mistake, it's not a mistake. Okay, so full moon. For the full moon, we have self-love. And this is exactly what I'm seeing with this keening and this energy of realizing that you've been stuck. The second thing is a new moon. New moon, we have two things. We have intuition and following your dreams. And this together makes me hear following your intuition. So it's because you're doing the self-love, because you're healing. In the end, this full moon, this new moon is going to help you awaken that intuition and follow the right guidance, which is within you. And then the retrograde. Okay. The retrograde, we have compassion with patience. Compassion and patience is important, okay? You are starting to wake up your intuition. In other words, there is a part of you that still hasn't fully acclimated to this new energy. Alchemy isn't overnight. The power of changing lead into gold doesn't happen like that. It happens with time, with patience, because an unraveling of pains, of doubts, of fears that you have within yourself, it doesn't happen overnight. It's something that is a process of continual growth and expansion. So I'm seeing that this actual month of March is a release from I want to say tyrannical, distorted energy that has been making you see the world in a way that is not your inner truth. And in doing so, then you call back your power, because you're no longer hypnotized by the BS of the people that are around you. Shut up. I just have to show you this because the bottom of the deck is the sun. And the sun is, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. So I am seeing like a massive awakening for you, Aquarius. So just keep in mind that massive awakenings does not mean easy. It just means awakening. Okay? I hope this helps.